What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Diesel Creek. My name's Matt. Behind me, my dream shop that we've been in the process of building here for over a year now. We're finally coming down the home stretch. We're getting this thing this close to where we can start moving into it and start working out of this shop, saving me from the elements. In today's episode, we're going to start working on some drain lines around the outside of the building here. As you can see, I've got these steel plates ramping up into there for now. I haven't really used them because I haven't been able to pull anything in there yet. But the reason those are there, instead of just having rock built up to the floor level, is because I still had to cut this out for the downspout drains, and I didn't want to put rock in there and just waste the rock or dirty it all up, pulling it back out of there to run the drain lines. The weather's finally cooperated enough. We got a few dry days here, so we can trench this drain line in today, hopefully, get that done, and then we're going to bring in some rock and build this up to the grade that we need to. And then eventually we're going to put a concrete pad out here as an apron as well, but for right now it's just going to be rock. So I got my little buddy Austin here helping me out, picking up some odds and ends right now. I got to pick these steel plates up with the machine, get those out of the way. We're going to take the skid steer, pull back what little rock I do have up there in front of the lean-to, try to get that out of the way, save as much of the rock as we can, because man, it's expensive and I have to buy an awful lot of it. This drain line here is going to start all the way over at the corner and pick up 1 downspout, 2 downspouts, 3 downspouts, and then just daylight over the hillside over here. And I'm going to put a nice rock check in so that we don't cause any erosion to my hillside there. And yeah, that's going to keep all the water from just settling into the ground right in front of the building here and saturating the ground even more than Mother Nature already does. So anyways, let's get to it. Going to be using the old Komatsu PC75 here for most of this today, as well as the Takeuchi TL240. And I think we're even going to pull out the international dump truck here so that I can load dirt into the dump truck rather than throw dirt up on top of my gravel here and make a more muddy mess. off right around here somewhere, so if I pop it out, grab it.
You'll take her out.
Alright, so we're almost ready to dig now. We got our laser transit set up here so we can check our ditch and make sure we have the fall we want coming across here. Austin's coming down through right now and giving a 2-foot offset on the building. This is about a 90-foot run we measured out yesterday from the corner post up there to daylight over the hill. Anyways, we pulled our elevation up there at the corner. I want to go down 2 feet below that corner because that's not actually a finished grade as it is. It's going to come up about 6 more inches with rock. So we're going to go 2 foot down from that and then drop about a foot over the course of that 90 feet. And that should give us a nice gentle slope and not let the water run out too quickly over the hill. Because if you put too much slope on a pipe like this, all the water, when it rains hard, will wind up projecting out of the pipe at the end of the run and just causing a big erosion hole in the middle of the hillside and washing out a bunch of dirt, and you end up with a fissure down there. It'd actually even knock these trees over in the long run. It's not out of the question. So we'll get it to daylight on a nice gentle angle, like I said, and we'll put in a nice big generous rock check in there to keep from eroding any material off the hill here.
Is that enough down through there?
Yeah. right, well, we got about half of our ditch dug. Satchimo's cleaning out around this drain pipe for me. This is the drain for the floor drain over there. We're gonna have to build a trap on the end of this thing and then tie it into this downspout line. Working out pretty good though. In case you guys can't tell, this is some pretty close quarters digging here. I do not like doing this kind of stuff, but it needs to be done. I'm sure not gonna pay somebody to do it. We just finished out that trench. Austin is finishing out right around in this pole, this little crumb action that I couldn't get. I'm trying to work underneath that overhang and it's awful tight. This machine is not ideal for this. It's a little big and it's very clapped out. So anyways, let's get some pipe in this thing. All right, we got our first start of the pipe here. Just getting that end held down with some gravel. And yeah, now we can start building out the rest of the trench. We're gonna have to catch that downspout right there, 2 floor drains, and then we're gonna be off to the races. All right, well, here we are the next day because, well, I forgot some fittings. When I purchased the initial batch, there was a few T's and a couple 90s that I neglected to pick up. So back today with what I hope is all of the fittings I'll be needing. I can finish getting this thing done. I don't have any help today, but Bob the electrician is here working on things inside the building, so we're still moving in the right direction at least. I bedded in the end of this pipe so that I can push on it and maneuver the pipe around down here without this coming out of place or anything, so that part's good. I'm gonna bed the whole thing in about 8 or 10 inches of nice clear limestone like that, though. We call those 57s around here. It seems like no matter where you go in the world, they call the rock something different. So 57s, I've heard there's also called 3/4 minus, you know. But anyway, it's good rock that will drain water, which is what we're looking for here. I've effectively gonna also make a French drain bed through here just with rock. I'm not gonna bother to lay any perforated pipe down in there. I really don't think I'll need it. But yeah. Anyways, we're coming over here to the second downspout line. I've just marked out the location for my T, and then I'm gonna have to do some 45s to get directly underneath the downspout line there. And yeah, let's get that pipe cut. Some people tell me that you don't even need to glue up this kind of pipe since there's no pressure on it. It's just gravity pressure, water coming down the gutter or whatever. But glue's not that expensive. I take my chances. All right, that's glued. Alright, so make no mistake here, I am not a plumber by any means. I don't have any proprietary knowledge. I've just got a little bit of experience that I go by here. So if you see me making a mistake or doing something that could be easier done, drop a comment down below and let me know, because I love to read through the comments and learn from professionals that actually watch this stuff for some reason. Maybe you guys just like the cringe factor, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go a little something like this. Looks like a piece 31 inches will get us along here. That's good, because the last piece I got left, 34 inches. Alright, so I'm not gluing or anything yet. I'm just mocking everything up, dry fitting it. And then we'll put some indexing marks on all of our pieces, and that way when it comes time for glue up, you know, you're trying to hurry up and get that stuff on there before the glue sets, we'll know that we have everything lined up properly. Alright, so with everything marked, we've got the orientation at which we need to clock everything. Now I can take it apart and glue it all together. So that connection's done. It's time to keep stabbing some more pipes on here. Alright, so we just made our second connection here. This is a drain inside. This is a floor drain in the shop there. And it comes out here, and I ran it into a trap so that I wouldn't get any unwanted guests climbing up into the floor drains in there, and it'll also keep cold drafts from coming up into the shop as well. As you can see, I did make a miscalculation here with the trap. I used the wrong kind of a T, or not a T, a wrong kind of a 90. I should have had a double female down there in the joint, or one of these two joints, and I could have put a small piece of pipe in there to bring the pipe centered in the ditch. And yeah, so now our trajectory's running tight to the wall here, but this stuff will flex and snake around enough that we'll be okay. But yeah, this is why I'm not a professional plumber. All right. We've got our snaked drain pipe laid in here. All 5 connections are made. Got 3 downspouts and 2 traps for floor drains in the shop. As usual, everything that I think is going to take about 10 minutes ends up taking me quite a bit longer, but it all worked out. It does snake a little bit, but good enough for who it's for. I'm confident we're not going to have any problems with it. I think it's going to be just fine. So now for the fun part, backfill. Oh, and also one provision that I'm going to mention now before I forget. I'm going to be crossing this ditch again with another line running right through here, and that is going to be the hot and return lines for my wood boiler over there eventually, which is going to keep the shop heated. That's what's going to heat my floors in there. So because we're going to be crossing this ditch in the near future, I'm going to bury this 2x4 here right next to the pipe, and that helps you easier locate the pipe without crushing it. You can do a lot more machine work instead of just guessing where the pipe is and maybe crunching it with the excavator. So as we backfill, we're also going to keep that thing standing upright in there. All right, let's warm up some machines here. All right, like I think I mentioned earlier, this is not plastic. We are putting down filter fabric here, and what that's going to do is help keep the clean rock underneath from being contaminated with dirt being driven down from the top here, and that'll allow the rock underneath, that clean rock, to act as a drain, and it'll wick away any groundwater right out that trench down there. So I'm going to keep laying that out down through here, and then we can start throwing in our well, this is kind of rock dirt mixture, but anyway, we can fill it back up and then start tamping it in. right, so we used the ditch compactor that we revived a couple years ago. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's the compactor that I was running around there. And we got it all packed in there good. Man, that little roller hits hard. I mean, this dirt is like concrete again. So I was really careful around all of our elbows here and our pipes as we filled up. I tried to avoid any places that the roller was pretty close to the pipe. Try to give those some breathing space until we get some more cover on them. If you don't know, pipe is super, super strong once it's buried. So as long as you don't have any sharp, big rocks or anything pushing up against the pipe, after it's encased in dirt, you can roll the crap out of it and you're never going to hurt it. So that's what I tried to do. I made sure that all the traps and all the joints of the pipe, all the pipe had plenty of cover on it with the nice small clean gravel, and that will keep from getting any pressure spots on it basically and cracking the pipe or something. So then I laid the dirt on top of that. You guys saw, we packed it in, it's good now. So we are ready to start putting some gravel up against the front of the building here, so I can actually just drive straight in there. I don't have to have any ramps or anything stupid. Eventually, yes, a lot of you have messaged and left comments about I need to put an apron out here, and eventually, yes, I will do that, but not at this time. Right now, I'm just concerned about getting in and out of there. I don't need to get too fancy with an apron. So we still have our elbows poking out right here, and I am concerned about those getting damaged. So what I'm going to do is get another bucket of 57s, and we're going to hand shovel a good buffer of 57s around all the pipes, and that way we can fill up everything else with the big rock, pack it in good, and we won't have anything to worry about here. right, well that's our rock check. I think that's gonna do all we need and then some to diffuse this gutter water, enough to keep from eroding the hillside. The last thing I'm gonna do is stick this cage drain thing at the end of the pipe here. If I can fit it now with all these rocks. Rather than glue that thing, I'm just gonna run a screw into it. Now, no rodents can get up inside of there and build a nest in the summertime months when there's not much water coming through there. And we can also remove it to snake the drain if we had to for some reason. All right, guys, I think that was a pretty successful video. I think we accomplished quite a bit here, which I'm glad about. So as you should have seen there, we were able to completely tie in all those drains, got that all backfilled, got some rock spread here. I don't have any stupid plates leading up onto the floor now, just gravel, nice smooth entry there. Over here, we got our rock check done. That's not a stub up pipe, that's just a piece of pipe I threw over it so I wouldn't hit the 2x4 that we buried. See, not attached to anything. Got our rock check in here, our diffuser, that's beautiful. That should ensure that we don't wind up with a big gully wash down the hillside come springtime. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I thank you guys for hanging out with me, for following along, and hopefully in the next episode on the shop, this baby is going to be move-in ready. That's my plan anyways. So if you like the video, do me a big favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. It helps me to keep doing what I'm doing, keep making content for you guys. If you want to help support the channel in a big way, head on over to dieselcreek.com, pick yourself up some merchandise over there. We're working on some new designs, some new hats, some new t-shirts, all kind of stuff. So if you haven't been over there in a while, head over there, check it out, see if there's some new stuff you haven't seen yet. That's dieselcreek.com, link is down in the description. But that's all I got. So until the next one, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.